Don't you dare, Arsenal. Don't you dare. Hello and welcome back, my people, to Footy Talks. We are back. The teacup is back. I don't want to use that bottle for the rest of the season, please, Arsenal. But yeah, we are here to preview the Arsenal Sporting Lisbon game, the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final. I cannot stress how important this game and this week is for Arsenal, and in particular for Mikel Arteta. This is probably Mikel Arteta's biggest week in his whole Arsenal management career, because he could either be in the semi-final of the Champions League. Arsenal have never reached 2 consecutive semi-finals in the Champions League ever in their history. So he has a chance to, number one, create a bit of history, and number two, stay in this title race. I think if we were to beat Manchester City on Sunday, the title would be ours, I'm not going to lie. But even a draw, I wouldn't be mad at. So he's got a chance to keep both competitions alive this week, or by this time next week, we could all be in a generational head loss. And I'm hoping that that is not the outcome. So yeah, big game tomorrow. Let's just get into it, because a lot of talk this week on Arsenal, and rightly so. Some of it overboard, I think. When it comes to Arsenal, everything's just over-exaggerated anyway. But there's been a lot of talk on Arsenal recently, and in particular, their mentality, the nerves. Is it the nerves that's getting to them? Or is it just the style of play, you know? A lot of talk. So let's get into it. Let's preview the game, and we'll add in some of the other talking points as well. So Mikel Arteta's press conference hasn't happened yet, so we don't have the official team news yet. That should be later on tonight. I think Champions League, their press conferences are in the evening. But I'm hoping that we have some people back. I'm hoping Timber's back. I'm hoping Saka's back. We don't know what's going on with Odegaard either. Hoping he's back. I'm hoping we've got as many people back as possible, because we're going to need all of them. No matter how they've been performing, we're going to need all of them. So I'm hoping we get some positive team news. If we do, I still don't think they would start, because they've been out for a few weeks. But Ben White's been a liability. And I was hoping him having a run of games would give him a bit of confidence. It hasn't so far, and I get nervous when he's up against pacey, techie wingers, because he's never in position. Like, look at the Bournemouth game, he just wasn't in position. He got caught out of possession and out of position, and they scored from it. So Ben White would make you nervous, I'm not going to lie. But then on the flip side, Mosquera, who I do think is okay at right back, we've seen him be a bit rash at times. So it's whether Mosquera can keep his head. Because if he can, I wouldn't mind playing Mosquera. I'm not going to lie, from the start. I wouldn't mind him starting. Ben White. And I really don't want to see Ben White against Manchester City on Sunday either. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that Timber is back. But yeah, I think I would play Mosquera, actually, thinking about it. But then I don't want Ben White playing City. Right. We've got a problem here. If Timber is back, play Mosquera tonight. Obviously, Raya's going to be in goal. Play Mosquera tonight. If Timber is not back, I play Ben White, and I think I'd go Mosquera against City on Sunday, just because I think he's better defensively. It's just whether he can keep his head, you know, because he is still young and inexperienced. So if Timber's back, play Mosquera tonight. If not, play Ben White tonight. Centre backs speak for themselves. Saliba, Gabriel. Left back. See, Nkapie's back, but I think I would start Miles Lewis-Skelly and maybe bring Nkapie on, I think, because I want Pierre Nkapie to play against City. unless Calafiori's back, but the thing is Calafiori's always injured. You know, it's just the story of Calafiori. So, yeah, I'd start Mars Lewis-Skelly, bring on Nketiah later on. Now, the midfield. I don't know about anyone else. Well, I do know because I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans say this. We need Rice to play as a 6. We do. We need Rice as a 6. Because that's his position, number one. That's his best position. And at the moment, Zubimendi, the way that the players had to console him after his mistake on Saturday, I just think he's a bit drained mentally and physically at the moment. I mean, I'd still play him in the Champions League because I feel like that's where he thrives more. He thrives in the Champions League more than the Prem. But I also think this is a chance to try something different. I would play Rice in the 6, and if Odegaard is back, play Erdi and Eze, the 2 attacking midfielders. Saying that, now I've just thought about it, it might even be a game to put Mars Lewis-Skelly in with Deckers and have Eze as the 10. That is a midfield that I would love to see. Deckers in the 6, Skelly in the 8, Eze in the 10. We need to see it. I don't think we will see it. I don't think Arteta is going to make those kind of changes so late in the season. But he needs to do something, and I would love to see that. But let's just go with the assumption that he's not going to do that. Deckers needs to be in a 6, but it all depends on whether Odegaard is fit or not. If he's not fit, then it obviously will be Deckers, Zubi, and Eze. I don't want to see Kai Havertz. If I see Kai Havertz in the midfield tomorrow starting, I don't think I can watch the game. I might just have to check the score updates because we can't do that again. That's beyond insanity now. That's like gross negligence at this point. You would get fired for not doing your job properly in any other workplace. Don't do it. So I do not want to see Kai in that midfield at all. Saying that, if it is Deckers, Zubi and Eze, Zubi just needs to play a bit higher. Keep Deckers in the 6, play Zubi higher because he's got that pass control. And do you know what? I saw a really, really interesting podcast, the Loose Cannons podcast with Turkish, Jordan and James. Great podcast, big them up. They all made some really great points. They were saying how Mikel Arteta has turned Zubimendi into Mikel Arteta. You know, very safe, just plays it safe, you know, just doesn't take any risks, very risk averse. And when Zubi first came, he was breaking the lines. He wants to play those passes, you know, he wants that freedom to play those passes. He said it in interviews as well. He likes playing further forward. So Mikel needs to play to Zubi's strengths because right now, him receiving the ball and trying to be a deep lying playmaker, it's not working right now. So Deckers needs to play in the 6 and just play Zubi further up front with Eze in the 10. And I think we may see a different Arsenal at that point. The front three. Honestly, toss a coin. Gyökeres up front. I'd still keep Gyökeres up front. But right wing, is he going to start Max Dowman? To be fair, I don't think I would start Max in this game. I'd start Max against City. I would. I think I'd start Max against City. So if Saka's not back, we're looking at Noni. Left wing. The left wing, guys. Who would you start out of Martinelli and Trossard? Let me know in the comments. Because at this moment in time, I'm just like, yeah, toss a coin. Start whichever one of them. Martinelli has been great in the Champions League. Trossard's been awful. However, I feel like Martinelli can be a great impact sub. That's a good point. So if the game's not going how we want, bringing on Martinelli against tired legs, he's been a game changer in the Champions League. So I might even start Trossard, no matter how dreadful he's been, and bring Martinelli on to be a super sub. Let me know what you think, though. What would you guys do? And what would your front three be? What would your whole team be? Let me know your starting 11 down below in the comments. As for the game, I'm going to be optimistic and say that we're going to go through. We are going to get to semi-final Champions League. Speak it into existence. I'm going to be See, I'd love to have a great performance, loads of goals, you know, that really, really lay a marker down. Do I believe that's going to happen though? No. So, judging by the Arsenal we've seen most of this season, keeping it very controlled and just keeping the score down to a minimum, I'm going to go with a 2-1. A 2-1 win for Arsenal. I'd love to keep a clean sheet. If Mikel makes some tweaks to the system so that the players, you know, are actually enjoying their football, that was a great point made. The players are doing football, they're not playing football by Turkish, which I thought just sums it all up perfectly, you know. They're doing football right now. Mikel needs to bring that enjoyment back to the football. Because right now you can see they're not enjoying it. You're seeing Man City, Turkey playing with all the freedom in the world. That's what our players need to be doing. They need to have that freedom to express themselves, because right now they're doing football, they're not playing it. So that was a great point made by Turkish. I think it's so right. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Arsenal, and hopefully my match reaction will be a lot happier, because yeah, it's been a terrible last few weeks for Arsenal. So if there's ever a time to redeem themselves, it's this week. As I said, pivotal week in the title race and in the Champions League. And for Arsenal, and for Mikel Arteta especially. So yeah, 2-1 win to Arsenal. We're going to get through to semi-finals. Fingers crossed. And build that momentum on for Manchester City, because we're going to need it. We're absolutely going to need it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What do you think the score's going to be? Do you think we're going to get through? How do you think about the things I've said about Zubimendi as well, and whether you think he should be playing further forward, or would you still keep him as is? Let me know. What would you change in the team? Let me know down below. But yeah, please like, share and subscribe on the road to 30 subscribers, guys. Woo woo. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the match reaction on Thursday. Peace.